This is a 14-inch smaller wreath base. I told you we're going to come way off the base. I'm really excited about that. That'll be our base. Now we're coming into that, and we're going to start off with this one bush. And the nice thing, this is set up with 9 heads, so it's just perfect to make a wreath out, this type of piece. You could even make a piece and a piece and a half with it if you wanted to go smaller, but we're going to go big off a small base. All right. So I picked that as my main flower. Now my greeneries, I'm going to use this as a greenery and a filler. This is a lavender bush. It's got a lavender bloom and a nice little green leaf. It's a little frosted. So for a secondary greenery to go with that, I'm popping in a fishtail to go with that. And I've got 2 of these, and 1 of these. It's going to make a large wreath. You could cut that back to 1 and 1 and just use 2 of these heads if you wanted to make a smaller wreath. Still the same wreath base. And let me show you the ribbons. Classic color design here is going to be the yellow with the black and the yellow with the black sunflowers. All right, we're going to mix both of these. I'm going to start with 1 bush of the fishtail in the background to kind of set the perimeter, and then I'll put the lavender next. I'm not going to cut this down at all. We're just going to leave it long. And you guys do stock up on our Spanish moss. It's back in stock because it's the perfect color to go from spring to fall. It's the light green, so it transitions very nicely. So I just trimmed that all long, and we're going to start to put this in. So I'll start with my first piece up here, and this is going to be our C shape, which is the most popular shape I make. So we're going to start with it going. And let's work down from there. We're going to go with triangle placement, so that one's high, and these will be a little bit lower. And I'm bringing a little roll of Spanish moss in here to kind of hold this in place and cover my glue. Okay, I have 2 purposes there. Here's a longer piece. I'm going to have that just kind of shoot up the back, and it's going to be shorter than those. So I'm going to trim it just a little bit. We're going to come right down into here. Okay, and now I'm going to come below the transition, and we're going to do the same thing below. I'll start with my long one, and we're going to really let that come down. Make sure that's in the video, guys. Well, it had a couple of comments, and then it has none now. It's so funny. I don't know what it's doing. All right, and then I'm going to come out here. So I've just kind of repeated exactly what we had up here, down here. Now I'm going to take our other greenery, which is also a filler flower. So this kind of bush is great because it does double duty. So I'm going to take this. We're going to push these up just a little, okay? Just kind of to where they are all about the same height. And then I want you to cut them long still because we're working the perimeter. So cut them long. I stocked my glue in my glue pot, so my glue pot's so happy. You know, when the glue is so nice and fresh. It's a happy moment. So I'm going to put that in there, and let's go between these 2. I'm just putting 1 right now. We're going to be doubling up on it, but I'm getting it started. And I still kind of want the greenery to be longer than the lavender. We're going to get that put in. We're working on the background right now. Now let's come down to the bottom, and we're going to go between each one here too. All right, in between these 2. And remember, we're always going into the wreath, but not through to the back. So we're trying to the wires to sit inside when we push them in. Excellent. Let's put a couple in the middle. And we're going to layer that piece in right here. So we're working to the perimeter right now. Let's go right in here. moss on it. And I'm trying to get that moss just in that small area because I've still got a lot of pieces to put in here. I don't want to cover it up. Now let's work some on the outside. And this one will go to the outside. So this is kind of the outside area. And we don't want to flare it way out. We want to kind of get these shorter in here. That's about the length I did up there. So I'll rotate this one down and come below. Remember, where we decided to put our bow, which is going to be a little bit lower when we get done. I moved it up from the 6 o'clock. I moved it up a little higher. It's at about, what is that? 9 o'clock. Oh, was that? Oh, I went the wrong way earlier when I said 5 o'clock. 7 o'clock. So I moved it up to 9. Sorry, I went the wrong way in my brain. That happens a lot to me. I hope that doesn't happen to you too much. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? Okay, and then I think I'd like one more piece just kind of closing in our C shape out there on the edge. We're working with wildflowers and how that all feels and looks. Always one of my best selling wreath designs of the whole year. And you can make these for different seasons with different supplies for sure. But it was all inspired by the Texas wildflowers that we have here and the big wildflower season that's going on right now. In March, April is the big time for all the rains and the flowers on the side of the road. Before we go any further, now it's time to get our sunflowers in because they're the biggest part of this whole design. And I'm going to try to use them keeping a stem together at a time, and we'll see if that will work. Okay, so I'm going to trim off down right above that bottom leaf. They have a thicker stem, so just kind of eat at it a little bit. Nip away. I'm going to go below the bottom leaf on this one, see if it cuts easier. It cuts a little bit easier right there. So I cut all 3 of those off. The only thing you're going to need to do is really shake hands with it. And like if a head is wiggling off, glue it back on or push it on and make sure it's not going to come off for your customer, okay? Now I'm going to get rid of the sunflower leaves because they're big and they're not what I want, so I'm trimming them off. They're very pretty, so save them for something else, but I want that stem to be completely clean. And this piece right here is going to look great just kind of shooting up from the transition of where the bow is going. Okay. We'll put this first piece in right here. Not too high. We're going to have another one higher. Just right behind where the bow is going to be. Perfect. You can see the triangle placement working really good now, can't you? 1, 2, 3. And the nice thing, I was able to keep the length on that piece by keeping it all together. I'm going to curve up my moss. We're going to put it right in there. And then my second piece is going to kind of work more of the angle over. It'll also help us add some weight to that side. This wreath doesn't have a hanger on it yet. Once we get a hanger on it, it will help. So I'm going to trim off the leaves. I'm trying to trim them as neat as I can so you don't notice that they're missing. So there's our bow going to be there. It's kind of sitting up. This will move a little bit more this way. So the second piece is going to work above the bow. So I've got to make sure that it's reaching out to the right to fix that C shape, right? So we're going to do that right now. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to put that right into the top. Give that a swirl. And let's go right in here. Beautiful right there. Make sure you push it in enough where it's going to stay where you want it. And let it set up a little bit. We can manipulate the leaves, I'm sorry, the blooms a little bit more. And now I'm going to push this in. So pretty. So I'm going to trim this off. Get all those leaves off again. And then this is going to shoot right in to where the bow is coming out from. I just gave it a little bend up. Watch your glue, careful. We don't want to come out the back, so I'm going into the wreath when I'm putting a big stem in, I'm holding the wreath with one hand and pushing it in to provide some resistance, okay? Get these heads poking up a little bit. We've got beautiful, nice heads. We want them to look up. Okay, hold the bow off for just a few minutes. We're going to continue to fill this up now really full, and then we'll put the bow in. Looking really pretty. These have such good movement. Now I'm going to take these and just push them up a little, but we're still going to cut them long. And I want you to hold off 4 pieces for the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put those aside. These pieces right here, we're going to work out to the perimeter. And wherever you had another piece of greenery at the top, I want you to put this one in just a little bit shorter. Right there. Beautiful. And this one here will go into the right a little bit shorter. Just kind of beefing up where we had them before. This one can work right in here to the left. And now I'm coming in a little bit in between the sunflowers to where they're like the greenery's coming in between him. We're going to fill in a little bit. And I'm going to use this one up there. I'm not going to do too much down here at the bottom yet because that's where the bow is going to go in. I'm going to come in here and come forward. Look at that. So far, so good. All right, now grab the lavender and we're going to put a little lavender in and then we'll pop the bow in. So just like we put this greenery coming forward, we're going to use this lavender coming through between the blooms. So we're not going to push it up a lot. And I'm still going to cut it long because I need some length on here when I sell my finished pieces. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to work these coming in between the flowers. So one here, and we're going to use like a zigzag technique. So one there, I'm going to put one a little bit lower. And I want to make sure these come up between these flowers. They don't need to dominate and cover up the flowers. Like I'm not trying to really overlap it a lot, but just come between. Now one above. And now let's go inside here. So now we really feel like we're in that garden of wildflowers. Just beautiful. This is going to look killer on your door, your garden gate. It's going to look beautiful. Okay, let's have some come in between these guys now over here. We've got 2 blooms here, so let's put one in there. I'll come up here. Beautiful. Okay, now let's work on the bottom. Same concept. I'm kind of avoiding this area right now. I'm working between the blooms. Oh, almost shoved it right in my sunflower. Let's put the next one. I'm going to layer the next one on top. You do want to save 4 to go in between the layers of the bow. So make sure you're saving a little bit to work between the areas of the bow. Okay, I'm going to step back and look. I think it looks good right now. We'll fill in a little bit more when we get the bow in, but let's do that now. Here's a close-up of it, guys. Get a good close-up. Look, it looks so pretty. Look at all that. Yeah. That movement is key in the wildflower wispy design. Really having so much fun with that. I'm excited. I mean, we use that technique a lot as well, but we're going to really hone in on that really wispy feeling. So I've got my bow in. And now I'm going to fix the tails and bring these down. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Okay, and spread them out. Just like that. And now they're working in our wreath. I'm going to pop those out. So I'm going to step back first, and I want to help bring this line down a little bit more down here where we have this greenery. And let's put a little lavender beside it. So take a step back from your piece and see if you have holes where you need a little bit of, squint your eyes, stand back, and see if there's like a hole on the perimeter. And there was one right here. Okay. Now I'm going to go shorter, coming out of the center. We're still working with the lavender. We're going to bring the greenery in at the end to break it up a little bit. Let's go right in here. try to push these into the grapevine without going through the back, guys. Try. Let's go on the outside. Beautiful. And let me put some moss in there. That will hide any of the mechanics. Now let me step back. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. I'm going to pull the bow a little bit to the center here because I kind of like it coming to the middle. All right, let's tuck some in right around the bow now. So as I'm putting these other pieces in, I'm following those same rules because it creates the flow and the direction of the piece. You got to stick with that, okay? We can't fight those things or our wreath doesn't look professional and clean, okay? Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let me look. I'm going to put one more lavender behind this tail here. I got just a little bit of an opening there. And I'm going to go straight into the grapevine. All right. Yeah, and see how I'm having that come down a little bit? That kind of fills in the outside shape we've got working. I'm going to curl this dude up. Let him kind of curl out of there because he's so cute. So I'm going to go behind. All right. Let's go in the center. Now I'm going to put my greenery in here. Definitely are having fun. I am. I'm gonna go right in the middle here. Okay, and I'm gonna bring that up. Lots of movement. Okay, let's put one more piece of lavender right in the center. So when something goes in the center of where the directions change, you can just put it kind of straight out. That's fine. Cut it short though, so it kind of tucks behind and it's not looking rogue back there. So I'm going to put it in just right at the transition, or you can put it in like, I'm going to put it in going up, but then I'll bend it a little to go right here. So it went that way and then I bent it. I love using this lavender like a greenery. It is gorgeous. And one other piece right behind this sunflower here coming out to the side. So keep it short, like a little filler. And spend a little time on the bow zone because it's really effective when you break the plane of the ribbon and you bring some of those florals through the layers. That's what we're doing here at the last step, okay? So I make it into a cluster. I still leave the stem a little long, like about 3 inches so I can get behind the bow. But we can let that greenery come out of the layers like I'm going to do right here between these two layers. So I'm pushing it into the grapevine. Okay, and then I'm going to bend it down and we'll pull it through. Look at that. Isn't that great? I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. Last piece, y'all. Let's check for holes. Okay, one right here. A little bit of this greenery coming to right in there will be perfect. So I know it doesn't need to be too short, but it needs to be able to tuck into there. So I'm going to cut that down to about 3 inches. And y'all, we all knocked this out. So can you believe this is just 3 different supplies, 2 ribbons. You can get lots more bows. It's a very simple bow. But when we really work on that wildflower technique and make it super wispy, how beautiful it turned out. Doesn't that turn out beautiful?